Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us here today and welcome to the live showcase of Chiefway success story, forging partnerships with China for Southeast Asian market dominance. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Nadia Heng. I'm very, very excited to be here. Now, before we get started, for all of you who are just tuning in, give us a nice big heart or a thumbs up in the chat box right now if you guys are equally as pumped to be here. And of course, before we get started, say hello to these two very handsome gentlemen next to me. Hi, Jeffrey.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
And of course, we got Fredrick in the house as well.
Good afternoon.
So I'll be introducing both these gentlemen formally in just a moment. But first, if you are just joining us, this live showcase is presented by InvestAQ, where we market deals, businesses, and entrepreneurs to grow and scale their business. Those who are tuning in on InvestAQ Live for the very first time, well, we are really a financial PR incorporation in Malaysia that helps entrepreneurs to craft their niche and amplify their market presence to the right audience of investors. So today, more and more high-rise buildings are really starting to lean towards greener concepts that focus on efficiency, effectiveness, the product life cycle, and the overall performance of the building. And smart glass technology has naturally become a huge game changer when it comes to fulfilling these criteria. By incorporating smart glass technology, research has actually shown that it can reduce electricity consumption by 30%, reduce CO2 emissions by up to 35%, and get this, it can result in up to 45% savings in electricity cost as well. And Chiefway is definitely the leading smart glass player in the Malaysian market right now. It is absolutely hot and just a few steps away from dominating the Southeast Asian market. Thanks, of course, partly to its strategic partnership with China's leading smart glass manufacturer, Shanghai LingBo Glass. Now, Shanghai LingBo has a strong history of 12 years in the production, processing, and research and development of smart glass. And in fact, it has served more than 3,000 well-known five-star hotels, luxury villas, and high-end residences. Not to mention, it was also one of the key contractors to the world's largest airport, Beijing Daxing International Airport. So, ladies and gentlemen, for today's session, we will in fact have a very special guest dialing in all the way from China. And so, of course, we will be conducting the first portion of today's interview in Mandarin and then continuing on into English. So, of course, we'll be taking a deep dive to get a better understanding of this partnership. And indeed, we are truly privileged to have our guest speaker dialing in all the way from China. Now, of course, on the panel in just a moment, I'll be introducing you to our special guest. But first, here with me, please give a big round of applause. I know they can't hear you in the studio, but let's give a big round of applause to welcome Chiefway CEO, Mr. Jeffrey Chong. Thank you for joining us. And of course, we have the co-founder himself of Chiefway Malaysia, Mr. Fredrick. Woohoo! Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us. So, ladies and gentlemen, as mentioned, we do have a special guest who is dialing in all the way from Shanghai. So, gentlemen, if you'd also join me, let's give a big round of applause as we introduce him. He is the head of sales of Shanghai LingBo Glass Co. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Hu Zong. Hi， 胡总，今天我们很荣幸能够邀请到来自上海的胡总参与我们的直播。那胡总您好。
Hello。
嗨，感谢您接受我们今天的采访。首先呢，请胡总跟我们马来西亚的朋友做一个自我介绍好吗？让大家了解一下上海LingBo玻璃有限公司的背景。
Hello。上海LingBo玻璃是成立于2008年，我们最早是做工装玻璃，也就是幕墙玻璃和我们小区里面的一些玻璃。然后我们在大概是在8年前的样子，我们开始生产调光玻璃，致力于调光玻璃这一块的服务。那我们像在中国，喜来登啊、H 酒店啊。包括 服务于多家5星级及6星级的酒店，做调光玻璃的服务以及幕墙玻璃的服务。这个是我们比较比较著名的。还有一个就是上海的天坑的那个就是一个坑的那个很大一个坑的那个酒店，它所有的玻璃的服务全是由上海宁波来完成的。
哇，真太棒了！那蛮有趣啊。请问胡总，您在宁波总共有多少年的经验了？还有，请问你在宁波完成过最成功的项目到底是什么呢？哪项工作让你觉得最骄傲？
我在宁波已经就职已经4年了，然后呢，其中最让我觉得最大的一个项目就是南京的金陵饭店的一个项目，大概是有1200万的一个项目，基本上80%都是用的调光玻璃，其他的全部都是用的我们宁波的工装玻璃。
Well, definitely very impressive stuff indeed. 那林博是如何与Chiefway成为合作伙伴的？林博是什么原因在那么多中国海外公司中选择了Chiefway呢？
因为我和 Jeffrey 已经认识了将近8年了。Jeffrey 从做贴膜开始，一直到现在做调光玻璃，全部都是我和他来完成的。他从零到现在，从调光玻璃从调光膜到调光玻璃这个过渡，基本上都是我辅导他完成的。
那听了胡总刚刚那番话了，大家一定不能否认宁波和Chiefway确实是最佳拍档。那相信大家都很期望宁波提高Chiefway的竞争能力与业绩的成长，让它成为东南亚智能玻璃产业的领跑者。请问宁波打算怎么支持或推动Chiefway未来的发展呢？
首先是第一个，我们公司是比较看好东南亚市场的。第二个就是Jeffrey 他那边的技术团队，也可以说是现在已经是非常完善了，不管是施工啊，到安装啊，到做方案呐、等等一系列，都是他的这个团队，已经非常 OK 了。然后我们跟他合作的话，现在我们只是跟他提供部分的核心的技术支持，就 OK 了。
那接下来，胡总能不能告诉我们，贵公司在未来将会开发什么产品制成的解决方案？会有哪些扩展的计划可以和大家分享吗
OK，实际上，调光玻璃它的市场是非常广泛的，不管是在中国还是在全球，像现在就是最基本的就是户外的幕墙的方案，遮阳的一个方案，大概应该是每年应该需求的话，最少是上千万方，对这个玻璃的需求，因为它比较节能环保，调光玻璃，再又是家装啊，一些汽车 4S 店啊，包括医院啊，包括监狱啊，包括警署啊，包括海关啊等等，基本上只要有遮蔽隐私的地方，都会用得着调光玻璃。可以这么说吧，是，嗯，你只要想，只有你想不到的，没有我们做不到的。
哇，OK，我们只剩下多一个问题罢了。We're down to the last question for our special guest。我想请问胡总对东南亚智能玻璃产业的市场发展趋向有什么看法？和为什么您会认为东南亚的消费者在未来将成为智能玻璃最重要的客户群体呢？
首先第一个，它地处亚热带的地域，亚热带的地域，它的阳光是非常，嗯，就是地球给它的阳光是非常久的。那 既然有了阳光，那肯定是需要有调光玻璃去诞生，因为调光玻璃它能很好的，隔离人与，玻璃的这种感觉。也就是说，调光玻璃它就是为大太阳而生的。
好，谢谢你，谢谢 Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for our special guest Hu Zhong. 谢谢你抽空时间。Thank you so much. Let's give another big round of applause. Woohoo! Thank you once again. 谢谢。
谢谢。
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was definitely a wonderful opportunity for us to have a chat with Hu Kun himself. Now, as we take a look at really establishing a profound understanding of how this regional partnership came about and how exactly it can be advantageous to Chiefway Malaysia in becoming the market leader in the Southeast Asian region, joining us here in the studio once again, as mentioned, we're very, very happy to have the CEO himself, Mr. Jeffrey, and of course, co-founder Fredrick. So thank you once again, gentlemen, for being here today. I want to ask both of you, that was definitely an insightful session with Hu Kun.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, definitely.
It's interesting.
Very, very interesting indeed. So now coming back to the both of you, of course, we'd like to take this opportunity to pick both your brains for this. Since you already have a very solid partnership with your esteemed counterpart in China, how beneficial has this partnership been towards the business growth? Jeffrey, would you like to start?
Of course, the most beneficials, it will be on our side here, Chiefway Malaysia, and because of our joint development partnership in Shanghai, LingBo, they are really giving us a lot of knowledge, technology transfer, the technology and the inspire of the products that we are not able to do it in Malaysia. They are able to do it in Shanghai, in China, and make us more faster in the business growth in this region.
So it's really, really accelerated the business growth thus far. So I want to ask a question. Like if we were to take a step back and let's say rewind and let's say this partnership did not exist, where do you think your business would be now? And how would you get about solving these technological challenges?
Yeah, if we don't have the joint development, the R&D, and the principals supporting all the technology, definitely we are going to more longer step of the pain point and not able to be success in the shortened time. And once we have this kind of technology, it's definitely solving a lot of problems that we are facing. And we are able to really develop a new technology and contribute to the market and make this untapped market in South Asia, we are become the leader and contribute this product and selling this product in the market.
Awesome. Well, I have to ask this as well, right? So how do you gentlemen intend to fully leverage on this partnership in order to really propel your team to achieving your objectives for Chiefway? Fredrick, would you like to?
Yeah, why not? So basically, in terms of to propel the team towards the achievement, I think it's the very biggest assets that we wanted to be achieved too. So basically, we actually wanted to create the best education towards to the team in order to build talents for themselves. In order for them to create a better career path on the sales activities, their manufacturing efforts, on the quality of the products.
Brilliant stuff. And before I jump into my next question here, gentlemen, I want to remind all of you who are watching right now, this is the perfect opportunity. If you have questions for Jeffrey and Fredrick, just feel free to drop those questions in the chat box and we will bring them up throughout our session today. Okay, so back to our questions. Fredrick, maybe you can also share with us, in what way have cultural differences played a role in this partnership? I'm guessing, of course, there's a lot of differences between how China operates and how Malaysia operates. So how did you navigate the complexities of conducting business across two different cultures?
So we have actually learning a lot of footsteps of their DNA, about their cultures, the way of their business terminologies. So whereby it's actually a very fast track kind of learning point to us. Whereas, I mean, we have adapted into a lot of experiences among all the way they are evolving, especially on the business point of view.
Okay, well, I think we're going to change direction a little bit right now, and let's really talk about Southeast Asia market dominance. So let's take a look at strategic plans, regional expansion, and the time frame, and also why these regions and connections are being built. So, gentlemen, at this juncture, you guys are taking the lead locally in this space, which is very exciting. What are the factors that have contributed to you becoming the dominant player, or what do you think will be the contributing factors to you very soon becoming a dominant player in Southeast Asia region?
I'm going to answer these answers in order to keep it short and sweet.
Sure.
Okay, so basically, we wanted, our orientation goals are always, we wanted to be the top prominent manufacturers of smart glass in Southeast Asia, and whereby, next, we wanted to build an ecosystem of the business strategic network in order to distribute all our smart glass products from Malaysia as a homegrown brand to all the Southeast Asia neighborhood countries. Thirdly, we wanted to build the greatest of wall in order to sustain all the products to all our business partner in the neighborhood country as well.
Very, very cool. So I'm going to ask you then to go ahead and elaborate. So what are your strategic plans to really scale across Southeast Asia? How are you going to do this?
We currently have two point of success strategies. The first one is actually to involve on the joint venture partnerships. So we have actually wanted to develop more offices throughout all the Southeast Asia regional office. And secondly, we wanted to provide technology licensing in order to be sustained to all the technology glass manufacturers to open up the markets in their own countries.
All right, fantastic. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of our viewers right now who are wondering, well, why these specific markets? Is there any reason why? And could you elaborate, what is the partnership model that you intend to establish with these regional partners?
For this specific market in South Asia, what we are going to do is to have the JV partnership. And why to have this specific market? Because according to the South Asia market, and we have the RCEP alliance, it will be the second largest world global economic biggest market is in South Asia market here. And the JV partnership is one of our model to be tackled to the other region of South Asia with our own branding of registered company in South Asia. This is our one of the strategic and the specific market what we are going to tap on. And this market until now is really untapped. This market is waiting for us to grow.
It sounds like a very, very exciting prospect indeed. And it looks like you guys are ready to pounce on it. So speaking about scalability, your business does rely heavily on, it's quite labor intensive. And it also does rely on machineries as well. So some investors may feel like this could be potentially difficult to scale in these eyes of investors, right? So what's your technology that you're going to incorporate and that you intend to implement to scale your business seamlessly?
Yes. In this industry of the smart card production manufacturing, they are having some of the unique technology. They are not able to find it in Google, in the market. It's not you have money, you have fun, then you can buy the machine and produce it. It's not like that. You need a very scalability, the scalability and the technology knowledge to produce the product. And this product uniqueness is not in the standard of the product producing by the machine. It's also partially by the manually technology that we have some element inside is undisclosed. Okay.
All right, fantastic. Now, before we dive into our next portion of today's interview, just a reminder to all of you who are watching right now, you still have a chance to drop us your questions. Simply pop them into the chat box and we'll be sure to address them to both Jeffrey and Fredrick, who are here with us today. Okay, moving in, now we're going to take a look at financials and investment offerings. So to project out a much clearer roadmap to exit plan and, of course, current financials to building confidence towards investors. So, gentlemen, this is is your first time raising money from public, and of course, it's the very first time after incorporating the company since 5 years ago. So why now and why via ECF?
Everyone knows right now why ECF. Yeah, because now we are in a growing stage and we need some fund. We need some private investor coming in to strategize our company for the expansion in South Asian market as well as the world. And that's the reason why we are coming here for the first time for the fundraise. It's really for our setting up the manufacturing plant in Malaysia. We can control by our own and producing make in Malaysia product and distribute to the world.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I understand as well, this is pretty exciting stuff, that your business has actually grown by 2x and in some products by 3x in demand since earlier this year. So apart from the rising demand globally, what are the action plans that you've done right, do you believe, to achieve these phenomenal results?
So far, what we have done, many of the social marketing, and we have been receiving a lot of inquiry. It's not only from Malaysia, it will be from South Asia, and especially it's from the European country as well. So, and besides this kind of growth, 2 to 3 times growth, and we have a very unique kind of the technology license. It will be giving up to those qualified manufacturer and to produce our products. Yeah, this is how we are going to grow it, and definitely it will come out. It will be seeing the result at all.
All right. Well, gentlemen, I think with that, we've got some questions, hopefully, from our audience coming up very, very soon. So in the meantime, I do believe you have something that you would like to present to us as well. Am I right, Jeffrey?
Yes.
Okay. So with that, we're going to take a little break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Right now, let me present to you our few slides here for our business model. This business model, definitely all the investors would like to know, what are you going to do? What is the business model you have? What is the uniqueness you have? Yeah, definitely our business model here, we are really partnered with a leading manufacturer, just like as you can see, LingBo Glass is our wonderful product joint development company to invent our own technology of the smart glass. So beside this business model, we are also currently, we have been doing a lot of B2B project. And now we are B2B project and the OEM. Who are those OEMs customer? OEM customer, it could be from those kind of folding door manufacturing, sliding door system manufacturing, skylight kind of manufacturing, or automobile as well right now. So the business model, and one of the major point of a business model to make our company grow to the 2x and 3x in the near future, and maybe the revenue and the cross profit will be bigger. It will become from the technology license. So how are we going to give the technology license? And of course, the South Asian market and some of the region of the country, some of the glass manufacturers, they are not able to produce a smart glass because they lack of the technology knowledge, the lack of a technology uniqueness and know-how. They don't have any know-how. And we are giving this technology license. We are giving a lot of, open up all the know-how, all the technology, how to produce a smart glass. And one of the criteria for a technology license, the glass manufacturing has to be qualified with our criteria, and to move in some of the new machinery to produce our smart glass and distribute out to their own region of the country. Instead of Malaysia, far away, shipping all the way to Italy, far away, shipping to Spain. I don't think this is not the practical way to ship the product from Malaysia to other country. That is the reason why the technology license is coming up and awarded to those qualified manufacturers to produce it. And of course, we are the manufacturer here. We are inventing the technology, And some of the country, they are also asking that, are we selling the material? Yeah, this is a business. We are also doing the selling the material to the other region of the country. Let's move on to our forecast here. Just now, the question here, as you can see, how are we going to grow 2 to 3 times? And look at our forward forecast here from this year until 2024. Our growth is really double and triple up. No doubt the double and triple up, we are also managed to maintain the gross profit and the net profit as well. So how? Because of, as you can see, we have the technology license. We are not going to set up our own plant to have a big burden to us. We transfer these kind of expenses and technology transfer to the other country who is qualified to produce a smart glass. And that is the reason why we are able to do the cross profit and the profit will be better. And secondly, lastly, I want to emphasize to tell the investor here, we are capable and manage to lower down all the material costs, to put all the smart glass, the premium products price, become more affordable to the world. This is our ultimate purpose. We are able and capable to do it. That's the reason how we can move on 2 to 3 times bigger market here, growth. And come back to the offering. So far on the pitching, they have the assessment evaluation to our company is about 20 million right now. And now we are offering the ordinary share. Minimum investment is 10 share is 1 block. 1 block is 10 share. The value is 1,998 ringgit. That is 1 block of 10 share that we are offering. And we are looking for maximum target at 3 million fundraise. Why you want to invest to us? This industry, a lot of people doesn't know. This industry actually is robust and growing industry right now. And even in China, it's a fast-track company in the world of technology. They are also in the past about 7 to 8 years only. And Malaysia is not too late. We are coming in. We are coming in to have a robust and growing, higher growing industrial with the compound annual growth rate of 70.2% from this year to 2027. That's a huge of a CAGR growth rate in this industry. And of course that we have a very strong R&D and strategic partner behind us with the leading manufacturing, and we are able to invent and more new technology of the glass coming up to the market. And of course, we have the cutting edge technology as well, and innovative products. It's not only for the privacy control. It could be the display application. Besides the display application, this technology is mainly for the green technology product with the energy saving, CO2 emission. This is our ultimate purpose at all. And I just want to tell you about this fundraiser, MTDC, the Malaysia Technology Development Corporation. We have signed a term sheet with MTDC. They are coming in to become our investor after we have a successful fundraise. Yeah, this is Malaysia government supporting our SME. Lastly, just a little bit tell you about what we are in the works progress right now. We have one of a few of the inquiry, and one of the inquiry coming in is a 56-story of commercial office to build a facade curtain wall glass. It's worth about 25 million. We are still in a negotiation right now. This is a very huge, a good project to us. Secondly, we have one of a German and US partnership, strategic partnership. This US partnership is a leading car original equipment manufacturer. They are going to have the R&D kind of development with us, and they are going to order the material from us. The contract will be about $2 million a year. And beside that, we are also coming in another few more projects for the hotel room, refurbish and a new development hotel. A minimum is worth about $2 million coming in. And following up, as we have been talking about the JV partnership, currently we already have setting up the company Chiefway Thailand and Chiefway Cambodia with a JV partnership model. And of course, that our products is going to have the international certification and recognition at all coming in. We are still in the apply in the progress, because a lot of the region of the country, they are really looking for the products with whether you have the certification and recognition at all. Yes, this is what we are going to do it. Lastly, patent. Yeah, this is all investors would like to see it. Yes, we have 2 patents on hand right now. And still, thirdly, the third patent we are going to apply in the progress. So if all the investors would like to know more about what we are going to do in the progress, please contact me, contact us. We are going to reveal all the information to you. Don't worry, all right? Thank you.
Thank you so much once again. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause for Mr. Jeffrey Chong right there, the CEO of Chiefway Malaysia. Well and truly, we thank you for that very, very nice, elaborate presentation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe many of you are probably captivated, if not convinced already, to become investors. But for your benefit, of course, I will be asking one final question so that both gentlemen can really drive it home. But before we do that, I do believe we have a question from our audience. So let's pick up on that question first. Thank you for your question. This is, how does the China partnership really help in the growth of the business? And I believe we touched on that briefly earlier, but gentlemen, maybe we can elaborate further.
Yes, the China partnership is not really with the supplying the material, and we are also in the product joint development. So whatever we ask, they are able to do it. Okay, whatever technology knowledge they have, they will transfer back to us. This is how we grow together. Okay, we group together, we make it more bigger market here. They are also one of the beneficial company in China. Okay, this is how we do it.
Fantastic. Well, I certainly hope that answers your question. And if you still have more questions, please keep them coming. I do believe we've got another question right here. So, is the partnership exclusive? Good question.
Yes, indeed. We have the contract on hand. Anyone would like to sell it, we can disclose it. It's an exclusivity with Chiefway Malaysia. Correct.
Very, very special indeed. And of course, another very, very good reason why this is going to be a fantastic investment. Okay, coming up next, our question from our audience. Who is your closest competitor in Malaysia and Southeast Asian market? Gentlemen, what do you have to say to that?
Maybe we can both answer this. Let me a little bit talking about the competition in Malaysia and the Southeast Asia market. Actually, this kind of technology, until now in Malaysia or in South Asia market, there is no specialist manufacturer of this smart glass at all. Of course, in the near future, we never know. It might be coming up another one competitor. So this market right now, we are all reliant on import. Where are they import from? China, Korea, maybe from US. But of course, whenever you're shipping in from imported from the other country, you have a risk. The risk of the damage, the risk of the cost will be higher. And your control of the supply chain is also not able to fulfill what the client requires. That is of a South Asian market. So in South Asian market right now, as you can see, doesn't have any of the specialists at all. This is why we are here. We would like to become the first and leading manufacturer of smart glass in this region.
I think one thing I need to add on is that basically, as what I mentioned, we will be the first one who actually venture from a homegrown Malaysian product branding into Southeast Asia. So basically, this is a very strong point that even though none of a lot of China mainland factories, they have actually built a lot of offices in anywhere. So we are the first one who actually started off in Southeast Asia. And nevertheless, we're going to be prolong our venturing towards to most probably in Europe, US, or Middle Eastern countries as well. So thank you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. So huge opportunities. And as you can see by what Jeffrey and Fredrick have just mentioned, it's very clear that they really are the leader in the space right here in Malaysia for now and definitely well into the future and very soon in Southeast Asia for good reasons. Okay, we have another question from our audience. This is, what are the differences between your company and others? Okay, this is a great chance to share.
I think to answer this, we are very different, service-oriented towards to our friendly traders or resellers. So basically, we equip with from the start of receiving inquiries, towards to delivering, towards to installing, and towards to maintaining the services throughout the whole ecosystem. So the ecosystem that we built are nevertheless not only in Malaysia, but we are heading towards to globally as well.
Thank you so much. Jeffrey, would you like to add on before we move into the next question?
No, this is very good answer.
Fantastic. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy that all of you are engaging with us right now. We have another question. What metrics do you use to determine the current valuation of 20 million ringgit?
Yes, definitely that our assessment valuation is based on this technology in the forward forecast. This forward forecast is based on the CAGR growth rate in the global market and is a specific market as well. So this valuation, it will be right now based on, it will be based on our current profit, it will be based on our technology, forward technology is going to be, make it real. And of course that what we are going to do, the valuation right now is 20 million, and 3 years later, we will our aim and target going for the IPO, it will be about 400 million. This is what we are going to do, about 20 times bigger. This is our aim.
All right, great stuff indeed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we still have one more question coming in, and keep them rolling if you like. This next one is, if your business is profitable, then why raise money via ECF and not private placement? Good question.
Yes, actually ECF is not really only giving you the, the fundraise to expand your business. The private placement, it will be on our second fundraise coming in. Okay, but the first fundraise, we would like to open up to the public and hope the public will contribute more idea, contribute more suggestion to us for our products and even the expansions. So yes, we are in a profitable, but the profitable, our current profitable business is not really able to make our fast track business right now and in the near future. That is the reason why we are coming for the fundraise.
Well said, Jeffrey. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're slowly going to move into our next question. And yes, we've got another one right here. How do you grow the company if you have 3 million ringgit from this ECF campaign?
So when we have already succeeded with the ECF campaigns, so 50% of the campaign fundings will be actually equipped to all the machineries. So our technology machineries are actually able to sustain and to produce at least 2,000 square meters per month of the production of the smart glass. And whereas this amount figures of these square meters that we're going to contribute monthly, so basically we're going to be distribute out as what I mentioned earlier. So basically we are actually sustaining and creating the Great Wall of the Southeast Asia regions, and we are ready to build the business network ecosystem to be as a business hub and to distribute out from Malaysia homegrown brand.
Thank you, Fredrick. All right, we've got another question coming in. And how is the current pandemic affecting your revenue projection? It was a question that was bound to happen. Gentlemen, who would like to take it? Jeffrey?
Yes, yeah. Since last year MCOs 1.0 started, we are really badly affected, honestly, last year, down about 50%, honestly. And how are we going to overcome this kind of pandemic and grow our business by 2021? And luckily, the government was open the market for the past few months. And this year, actually, now it's about according to our financial year, now it's about five months later. Our 5 months revenue and then the business growth is 5 months is already exceed the last year, the whole year entire revenue. That we are expecting this year is going to be recover back from our business growth. And because of the European country and the other country, actually they are already recovery economic and open market. Only the Malaysia and maybe a few of the South Asian market is still serious badly affected.
Very, very reassuring indeed. And thank you for being very, very frank there as well. Now, this is a question that I have as well, and I'm sure many of you who are watching would ask the same thing. What's in it for me as an investor to invest right now? Why invest right now? Fredrick, no pressure.
Basically, why invest now? Basically, you ask me, this is the best opportunities right now because our products are very unique. We have already ready with the venue of production. We can actually start in a very immediate time frame. And we have already starting to build our neighborhood offices, ASEAN region offices. So basically, why invest now? To me, is an opportunities.
It is indeed a very, very big opportunity, and I think you've stressed on multiple areas and aspects too. There's another question from our audience. I'm not sure which one of you wants to take this. Which countries are you going to expand to after Malaysia? I think you gave us a bit of an insight, but please elaborate even more.
Yes, I was mentioned just now that after Malaysia, currently we already have setting up the company last month and is in Chiefway, Thailand. And this month, we already managed to setting up another JV partnership in Chiefway, Cambodia. After the Cambodia, we are still in a negotiation with other regions of the country, like such as Indonesia and Vietnam, coming up in these 2-3 month times.
All happening within the next 2-3 months, even.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they are definitely not stopping. Pandemic, no pandemic. It's business going, forging ahead. All right. What is your revenue, gentlemen, for 2021?
Currently, just about 5 months. Our revenue now is close to 1 million, about 5 months. I believe in the another 6 to 7 months, we are able and manage to grow the business minimum 2.5 million. That's the revenue we are able to achieve right now because of Malaysia is still in the pandemic control, still in a badly affected with virus. So we hope we are able to open up the market. It's not only in Malaysia, and in other regions as well.
I'm sure it's only going to be onwards and upwards from here, for sure. All right, our next question from our audience. I'm loving this interaction. Keep them coming, guys. What are the criteria that you are looking for in your business regional partnership? So what is the criteria for your business regional partnerships?
Well, basically, we would actually, our qualifications of this regional partnerships is, in terms of to JV, we wanted to standardize it into Chiefway branding or the Chiefway complete name to be addressing to that particular regional country neighborhood. Secondly, the second and the most important is we wanted preferably our partnerships to be in technology savvy, because these products are smart enough in order to have a lot of know-how of knowledges. And thirdly, we can actually have some ratio of most probably 30 to 70 ratio of business arrangement. So basically, these are part of the business regional partnerships that we wanted to be. And there again, if the investor are looking forward to setting up a regional partnerships in certain regional countries, I would love to actually have some meetup, face-to-face to discuss about this in further. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fredrick. Okay, do we have any more questions from our audience? Oh, yes, we do indeed. Okay. So if you don't succeed in this ECF campaign, what happens next? Very practical question. Jeffrey?
Yes. If we really unable to fundraise successfully in this ECF campaign, what we are going to do is we are going to have our own self-funding, and maybe not this huge of amount of the fund. And of course, it will be taking more longer time for our company to expand it. If we have the ECF funding coming in successfully fundraised, and of course, our immediate business model is already ready makes the whole entire ecosystem and the business model to grow right now, instead of waiting for another 1 or 2 years.
Exactly. You got to strike the iron while it's hot, right? I love that. So we have another question coming up, and it is, what are the types of investors that you are looking for in this round?
The investor right now from the ECF, it could be from the public, it could be from our industrial player, it could be from our competitor as well. Okay. So this round, we are really looking for the public, the funding, as well as we are also welcome the angel investor come to talk to us with a private placement investment to us. We are welcome for the private investor, actually.
Okay, well, I'm sure we have a lot of potential investors who are listening in right now. You know who to call after this. Okay, we have next up, Chiefway Malaysia is still running a traditional business. So how do you intend to scale and grow with technologies?
Well, basically, to involve on the running on a traditional business, we are not running on a traditional business. Basically, our path of business are heading towards to smart technologies. No, I mean, basically, in futures, we might be building a super smart apps in order to run the whole manufacturing of the terminologies. I mean, to determine the size of the smart glass. So these are all technologies to be driven, and these technology-driven ideas will be actually expedited in the future coming soon.
All right, there you go. Well, I have one more question here from our audience friends. How do you get more information, or how can we get more information on Chiefway, for example, the accounts, business plan, etc.?
Actually, right now we are in the pitchin.my ECF campaign. You may go to the pitchin.my to get our pitch tag, and you have to register, become the investor. Then you can download the audited report accounts and the business plan.
All right. Well, that definitely answers the question. Gentlemen, what is the business background of the promoters, and do they have a manufacturing background?
Not really in the manufacturing background. For our JV, the partnership in the other region, as long as they have the business networking in all the government sector and the corporate segment, all the supporting of the producing products, development products, R&D, it will be all in Malaysia, become the major hub of support to the other region country. And of course, for those technology licensed client, maybe talking about the Italy, Spain kind of a region is far away from Malaysia, we are awarding the technology license to them and transfer the knowledge and the technology with our contract. I mean, is binding with a contract, and let them to produce our technology and the glass, the smart glass, in the particular region. Okay, it's not necessary that you are fully in the glass background. As long as you are in the technology saver, technology mindset, you are capable to do it.
Thank you very much for enlightening us with that. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember, if you have any questions, you can quickly pop them in before I jump into my final question in just a moment. So, it's definitely been a very, very enlightening session. I hope that all of you who are watching have found this really, really insightful with a lot of very, very, I would say, golden nuggets from today's conversation indeed. So just to really drive the point home, gentlemen, I want to ask you this final question. Now, if I was a retail investor and, maybe I don't have limitless resources, but of course I want to multiply my money in years to come. So while there's so many investment opportunities out there with high liquidity and cash flow revenue. Maybe you can share what are the 3 strongest reasons, once again, that Chiefway Malaysia is going to be a very smart investment.
The key point of the reasons actually is what mentioned by my partners, Jeffrey. So basically, we have a very robust manufacturing plants that we are ready to go. Secondly, we have a confirm of MTTC investors, which will be stepping in as an investor to us as in Chiefway Malaysia. Thirdly, our products are very potential enough, which can grow from locally to us to globally.
Let me add on some a little bit here that why you want to invest with one of the major, the stronger points that we are not alone. We have a very good backup and a partnership behind us with a leading manufacturing of the glass and in China as well. And we have a ready customer waiting for us to tackle on. This is one of a strong point you need to consider.
I think, in other words, Chiefway is really in the best position to win in the years ahead. And without a doubt, I can definitely see it becoming a very, very dominant player in Southeast Asia. And I like what the analogy that you used, you know, the Great Wall here in Southeast Asia. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you found this a very, very fruitful session. Of course, we want to say big, big thank you to Hukun for tuning in earlier, dialing in all the way from Shanghai. And a very big thank you to both of you gentlemen as well. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, Fredrick. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, on behalf of Chiefway Malaysia, we want to say a big thank you to you guys as well for spending your afternoon here with us. And if you are indeed interested, which I guarantee you probably are at this point, remember, you can participate in Chiefway's first ever ECF round and scan the QR code that you see on your screen right now. It's flashing up there. So quickly take out your mobile phones and scan the QR code that you see in the comment box. Now, if you happen to miss this live, right, or if your friends are missing this live, don't worry. You can also watch the replay at the comfort of your own time and space. Just head on over to InvestAQ Facebook page and check out the first live video on the screen. Or, of course, you can always check it out on InvestAQ YouTube channel. That's right, InvestAQ YouTube channel. Just go search for InvestAQ. And with that, my name is Nadia Heng. It has been an absolute pleasure keeping you all company. Remember to stay safe, take care, stay sane, and we'll see you all next time.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.